Imagine a Batman so dark, so corrupted, that not even DC's greatest villains dare to cross his path. This is the Batman Who Laughs, a fusion between DC's greatest detective and the Joker's insanity. A character who transcends his reality and threatens the very existence of the multiverse. Today we'll dive into his origin, explore his twisted psychology, and understand why he's considered one of the greatest threats ever created in comic book history. Stay until the end, because I'll reveal details you might have never noticed about this unique villain. And now I ask you, who is more terrifying, the Batman Who Laughs or the Joker? Share your opinion in the comments as we discover the answer together. The origin of the Batman Who Laughs is as tragic as it is bizarre. It all begins in the Dark Multiverse, a dimension where realities are shaped by heroes' deepest fears and failures. In this alternative reality, Bruce Wayne faces an even more insane version of the Joker, who turns Gotham into a literal hell. In his final cruel maneuver, the Joker murders the parents of several children and brainwashes them, turning them into miniatures of himself. But what really breaks Bruce is when the Joker forces these children to recreate Bruce's parents' murder repeatedly. Enraged, Batman does something he would never do. He kills the Joker. However, the Joker had planned this. In his death, he releases a toxin that infects Bruce, initiating an irreversible transformation. What emerges from this is a being that combines Batman's brilliant intellect with the Joker's insanity. The result? A relentless villain who uses the cruelest methods to achieve his goals. He doesn't just want Gotham or Earth, he wants control of the entire multiverse. What makes the Batman Who Laughs so dangerous isn't just his physical strength or combat abilities, but his mind. He maintains the strategic genius of the original Batman, but now without moral constraints. The mixture of this intelligence with the Joker's madness creates a villain who can predict and manipulate any scenario in his favor. While Batman always worked within a rigid moral code, the Batman Who Laughs completely ignores these limits. He believes chaos is the true form of order, and that destroying the system is the only way to save the multiverse. This distorted vision transforms him into a cold and calculating dictator, who manipulates his enemies by exploiting their deepest fears and weaknesses. The combination of insanity and logic makes the Batman Who Laughs an unpredictable adversary. He doesn't act on impulse like the Joker, but with almost military precision, creating detailed plans to eliminate even the most powerful heroes. The abilities and powers of the Batman Who Laughs. Physically, the Batman Who Laughs maintains all the abilities that made Bruce Wayne one of the most formidable heroes in the DC universe. He possesses extraordinary strength, agility, and endurance, besides being a master of hand-to-hand combat. But what really sets him apart are the abilities he acquired after his transformation. One of his most lethal weapons is the Joker toxin, the poison that infected Bruce. He can use this toxin to transform other heroes and villains into evil versions of themselves. This ability allows him to create a true army of corrupted allies, further increasing his power. Another terrifying aspect is his tactical intelligence. The Batman Who Laughs not only knows his enemies' weaknesses, but also knows exactly how and when to attack them. In his reality, he was able to defeat the Justice League single-handedly, using traps and strategies that no other villain would dare to plan. Finally, he possesses the ability to quickly adapt to new threats, making him almost impossible to defeat. His capacity to learn from each battle and create specific weapons for each enemy makes him an unprecedented threat. One of the Batman Who Laughs' most iconic elements is his black metal visor, which isn't just a stylish accessory. This visor allows him to see into the Dark Multiverse, revealing people's worst fears and desires around him. He literally sees his enemies' psychological weaknesses, using this information to manipulate and destroy them mentally before any physical confrontation. The visor also serves as protection against sensory overload. Without it, the Batman Who Laughs would be constantly exposed to visions of chaos from the Dark Multiverse, something that could even drive him mad. This duality between control and destruction is a perfect reflection of his corrupted nature. The arsenal of the Batman Who Laughs. One of the most devastating weapons in his arsenal are the modified batarangs with a special version of the Joker toxin. These aren't simple throwing weapons, they're instruments of corruption capable of transforming any hero or villain into a distorted version of themselves. A notable example was when Superwoman sacrificed herself to save Superman from one of these batarangs, transforming herself into a female version of the Batman Who Laughs. The Batman Who Laughs' arsenal also includes weapons stolen from DC's greatest villains, which he keeps stored in the Justice League Watchtower's old vault. Among these is black kryptonite, which he used with brutal efficiency against Superman in his reality, leading the Man of Steel to kill Lois Lane before succumbing to the cosmic rock's effects. Beyond physical weapons, he has access to all Justice League security codes and systems, thanks to his knowledge as Bruce Wayne. This allows him to monitor, manipulate, and sabotage League operations without even being detected, turning the hero's own infrastructure into a weapon against them. His tactical planning capability is enhanced by his special visor, which not only protects him from the Dark Multiverse's sensory overload, but also allows him to see his enemy's deepest fears and hidden desires. This unique ability makes each confrontation a psychological battle before the first blow is even struck. And perhaps his most dangerous weapon is time. The Batman who laughs is known for his calculating patience, capable of waiting for the perfect moment to strike. In his original reality, he spent an entire week planning the Justice League's extermination after eliminating the Bat family, using this time to study patterns, prepare traps, and ensure his attack would be quick and definitive. The impact on the multiverse. The Batman who laughs isn't content with destroying his own reality. He seeks to corrupt all versions of the multiverse, spreading chaos and creating new distorted versions of heroes and villains. His greatest feat was absorbing Dr. Manhattan's powers, transforming himself into an almost omnipotent being. With this power, he not only becomes capable of manipulating time and reality, but also threatens to destroy the very structure of the multiverse. His ambition knows no bounds, and he desires to rewrite all realities according to his distorted vision. One of the most intriguing questions about the Batman who laughs is his unique anatomy. His red and damaged eyes aren't just an aesthetic feature, they're the direct result of the Joker toxin and his connection to the Dark Multiverse. Without his black metal visor, he is bombarded by chaotic visions of all possible dark realities, a sensory overload that would be unbearable even for his corrupted mind. As for his reproductive capacity, although it's a rarely addressed topic, here is evidence that the Joker toxin may have altered his physiology in unpredictable ways. The fact that he transformed his own Damian into a corrupted version using the toxin suggests that, instead of biological reproduction, he prefers to reproduce through infection and corruption of others, creating a distorted family in his own image. His final form as the Darkest Knight, after absorbing Dr. Manhattan's powers, demonstrates how his anatomy transcended human body limits, becoming a cosmic entity capable of manipulating reality itself. Even after his apparent death, his consciousness managed to survive through a brain transplant, proving his existence goes far beyond the physical. How to defeat the Batman who laughs? Despite all his power, the Batman who laughs isn't invincible. His greatest weakness is his own arrogance. He believes he's infallible, which often leads him to underestimate his opponents. Another vulnerability lies in his connection to the Dark Multiverse. Although he uses this dimension as a power source, it's also a weakness, as it represents a bond that can be exploited to isolate or destroy him. Additionally, heroes like the original Batman and Superman have shown that, with planning and teamwork, it's possible to face and defeat him. The Batman who laughs is, without doubt, one of DC Comics' darkest and most intriguing creations. He represents what happens when the line between hero and villain is erased, creating a figure who is both brilliant and terrifying. Now I want to know from you, is the Batman who laughs DC's greatest villain? Or are there others who can surpass him? Leave your opinion in the comments. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for more content like this. See you next time.